nonsense is just awful. When are we going to get final word?
I can't answer that, Nancy. But apparently Mr. Topham thinks it's a losing battle. I suppose you've heard about the family.
Why, no. What about them?
They're practically bankrupt. Richard Topham has been losing steadily on the stock market of late. After his failure to recover the Crowley fortune, the banks reduced his credit. He's been forced to give up his beautiful home.
No, really? How that must hurt Mrs. Topham and the two girls.
Yes, it's undoubtedly a bitter pill to swallow. They are moving into a small house this week, and from now on they'll have to give up their extravagant way of living. Both girls are working. Personally, I think it will be good for them. We've won, my dear. The will you located has been accepted, as the last one Mr. Crowley wrote.
Oh, Dad, how wonderful. First thing tomorrow morning, may I go and tell Allison and Grace and the others?
I think that would be a fine idea. Of course the bank and I will formally notify them later.
My goodness, you are an early bird, Nancy. Big day, eh?
Very big.
Never mind lipping me today. You run along and make those people happy as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. I'll leave right away. I have good news. Mrs. Topham lost her case. The will that I found has been accepted for probate. You will receive the inheritance Mr. Crowley left you.
Praise me! And we never would have received it if it hadn't been for you.
I hope you have a grand trip. Now I must hurry off and tell the other heirs.
Nancy, guess what? My auntie found an old doll that belonged to my mommy and they gave it to me. Come on, see her. She's pretty as can be. Here she is.
Why, she's darling. And, Judy, she looks like you, dimples and all.
And Aunt Mary says she looks like my mommy did when she was a little girl. So I am always going to take very good care of my dolly.
I see that you have made Judy very happy. Now it's my turn to pass along good news to you. The will was accepted as the final one and the inheritance is yours.
You dear girl. Now Judy will always be well taken care of and receive the kind of schooling we think she should have.
Can you stay a little while? I ought to run home for half an hour, then I'll come back.
Good morning, Mrs. Rudden. I just met with Mrs. Jones.
She's been so kind. Today she took my laundry home to wash and iron. The folks around here have been very thoughtful of me, but I just can't impose on them any longer. Yet I haven't any money.
I came to tell you that now you have lots of money, left to you by Josiah Crowley.
What? You mean I won't have to depend on just my little pension any longer? Bless Josiah! Nancy, I never could believe that my cousin would go back on his word. Oh, this is so wonderful. It does my heart good to know you outwitted those uppity Topham women.
If I hadn't become involved in this mystery, I might never have met several wonderful people, and their names aren't Topham. Hi.
Hi, yourself. How'd everything?
Hurry and change your clothes. I have a surprise for you.
You mean we're going somewhere?
That's right. To Senior Mascagni so Allison can sign up for lessons.
So, Nancy, you mean?
Yes, the inheritance is yours.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's simply marvelous.
So,
Nancy, you and Mr. Crowley are just the dearest friends we've ever had.
But before we go, Allison and I want to give you something. It's sort of reward. Something very special.
Oh, I don't want any reward.
Please take this one. We received it this morning from the Tophams.
We think you earned this heirloom, Nancy, and somehow Grace and I feel Mr. Crowley would want you to have it.
Why, thank you. This is the first mystery I've solved alone. I wonder if I'll ever have another one half so thrilling. I'll always prize this clock as a trophy of my first venture as a detective.
She is not your ordinary girl. She is extraordinary. The color of her hair strawberry. She finds nothing very scary. Drives a brand new blue convertible. Can't believe you haven't heard of her. Always in a big adventure. Fights crooks and crime. And did I mention her? Slim figure and her eyes of blue. Whatever happened to Nancy?